Chapter 1. Amanda. The car feels as if it's on its last legs, and I find myself begging it for just a few more miles. The sign I saw a while back said there was food, gas, and lodging in 23 miles. How far back was that? 10 miles? 15? If I'm really generous, I might be able to hope for 20. The needle's right on the E, and if there's one thing I don't need, it's to run out of gas in the middle of the night on a mountain road in the middle of nowhere, not on top of everything else. Come on, I whine, as if somehow my tone of voice is going to magically give life and personality to the car, enough to pull something from its reserve and give it the extra energy to make it without fuel. The poor car is older than I am, so even if it could think, we'd probably have a whole generation gap thing to deal with. I haven't the slightest idea what to do if I don't make it to the exit. In fact, I don't know what to do once I get there either. Sure, I'll fill up the gas tank. I'll also get a room for the night and a burger or something to eat. But what the hell am I going to do tomorrow? And the day after? There are a whole lot of days after that as well. I've got enough money in my purse for 6 of them, maybe 8. If I only eat every other day. Making it to the exit will be only a small victory. However, the way things are going, I'll take it. I glance in the rearview mirror and then tell myself Jared isn't following me. Even if he was, in the beginning, the mirror shows no trace of him now. Exactly as it had showed no trace of him for the past 6 days. He's not a part of my world anymore, and I need to learn to live in my new world. I will be very happy to figure out how this new world looks. So far, that world looks like white stripes in the middle of the road. It looks like billboards and exit signs. It looks like asphalt and cars. Briefly, I wonder if I'll ever have a home again. I wonder if I will ever even understand what it means to have a home. The thought prompts another look in the mirror and another moment of self-recrimination. He's not following me, I say aloud. I got away. The car lurches for a second, and I say, please, just a few more miles. Of course, I don't actually know that it's only a few more miles. I think, I add, as though the car actually has a mind. Of course, the car doesn't have a mind, and no amount of pleading can make the engine run without gas. It sputters, and then just stops running. In a pretty damn pathetic last bit of desperation, I don't brake, but let the car coast for the few hundred yards it manages before the slight incline stops all forward momentum. I can hear my 7th grade English teacher's voice saying, "Amanda Pearson, if you'd prepared, you wouldn't be in this situation." She was right about me and my late essays. I can't even imagine what she would say about my passing gas station after gas station and then getting stuck in the mountains in the middle of the night miles away from anything at all. I turn off my car's headlights, but click on the hazard lights. Then I bury my head in my hands for a moment. I want to cry, but I won't. I promised myself that, after Jared, nobody would make me cry again. That promise extends to me making myself cry. It has to, or I will never stop crying. Naturally, a million scenarios run through my head. One of them is that Jared will arrive right now and tell me I should have been willing to accept that I can't make it on my own. He will call me stupid, and he will call me childish and immature. He will remind me that he doesn't know why in the world he puts up with me and still wants to keep me around, even though I have to be the most idiotic girl on earth. Of course, I also worry about being stuck here all night, until it's light enough to find my way, and I can walk however many miles need to be walked in order for me to get to the gas station. That thought isn't appealing at all, but the idea of some crazy person finding me on the side of the road doesn't thrill me either. Then there are wild animals. A car moving too fast it doesn't see me and crashes into me. All of the scenarios run through my head, and even though I've been trying to quit smoking forever, I reach into the glove box, find a pack, and light up. I feel like a failure for giving in to the craving, but feeling like a failure is the standard for me, so I just accept it. I glance at myself in the mirror. I remember when I was 18 and heading off to college. I was so full of bright optimism and excitement. I kept it throughout my degree in business, but then met Jared. Now I'm, well, a frightened and incompetent child stares back at me. I know there's some part of the old me left behind the frightened eyes. I don't know where that part is or how much of it is left. More importantly, I don't know if I'll ever find it again. What I do know for certain, though, is that it is still there and it would eventually disappear forever, if I'd have stayed with Jared. Of all the terrifying scenarios that flit through my mind, the one where Jared shows up is the one that frightens me the most. "Ma'am?" The knock on the window startles me, and it's a wonder my heart doesn't crack my ribs. It beats so hard, I turn my head, and even in the dimness of the flashing hazard lights, I can see the most perfect and beautiful man on earth has stopped by my car. He is wearing a flannel shirt that can barely contain his muscular chest, his broad shoulders, and his piston biceps. He has a beard that makes me think of lumberjacks, and eyes that seem oddly, deeply kind and understanding. "Ma'am," he says again. "Oh, God," I say. "Sorry." I press the button to roll down the window and say sheepishly, "I ran out of gas." I expect him to make a comment about it. Instead, he says, "Well, the gas station is closed until 5 a.m. "My luck," I say. "Maybe you could get me to a hotel? I'll stay there tonight and figure out gas in the morning." "Can't do that," he says. "I mean, I could tow you there, but the hotel is closed. It's been closed for almost 5 years now." "Oh, God," I say. My resolve not to cry is faltering. "My name is LARS," he says. "Amanda," I reply. "Mandy. I'm grateful for the chance to speak. A few more seconds of straight silence and I'd be blubbering like the childish, stupid girl Jared says I am." "Mandy, I can tow you to my cabin. I have a guest room and you can sleep there tonight. We'll take care of gas for you in the morning, if you'd like." "Okay," I whisper. I whispered the words because the thought of being at this man's cabin suddenly fills my mind with images and thoughts. They aren't the thoughts I should have. I'm not afraid of him, and not worried about what he might do if he gets me alone in his cabin. I don't know why I trust him. I don't actually know if I actually do trust him. I get out of the car as he attaches a strap underneath the front of it, and I realize I trust him, because nothing could be worse than Jared finding me on the road would be.